And now, your First Alert 5 weather.
And welcome back, everyone. As expected, a warmer but cloudier day here in southern Colorado, thanks to a disturbance that's bringing some snow this afternoon to parts of New Mexico and the panhandle of Texas. For us, not expecting any wintry weather tonight, nor for the first part of the week, but some big changes around Wednesday night and Thursday. 41 for the Springs, humidity pretty low at 18%, winds coming out of the northeast at about 10 miles per hour. For Pueblo, just haven't been able to get as warm as the Springs today, partly because some of that cloud cover, especially in eastern parts of the county and into Otero County, that has kept things much colder than, say, the rest of the eastern plains this afternoon. You can see current conditions in Canyon City under mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. Temperature outside at about 41 degrees, and here it is in eastern Otero County, La Junta, where we picked up about 4 to 6 inches of snow back on Thursday night. It's currently sitting at 17 degrees, and with that slight breeze out of the north, it feels like it is 10. And I know that's cold, but trust me when I say it is nothing in comparison to what's heading your way as we make our way into next week. Here is that weak disturbance I talked about. Again, expected to maybe bring a few showers later this evening in the eastern parts of the state. Generally, though, it's going to miss us to the east and bring some rain, ice, and snow to parts of Kansas and Missouri as we make our way into Monday morning. So for Colorado, as that storm moves away, we've got a pretty good looking Monday to start the week. Light breezes, a lot more sunshine than what we saw today, and I think overall fairly comparable temperatures to this afternoon, generally near the seasonal high in the Springs, but a little below it in Pueblo as we only look to top out around 37. Again, the big story, though, is the Arctic air that right now is sitting up across southern parts of Canada, the northern tier of the country. As we make our way towards Tuesday and Wednesday, it starts to dive south. Then look what happens from Wednesday morning through Thursday and into Friday. It plunges all the way past the Central Plains down into the heart of Texas. And for us in Colorado, northern parts of the state, eastern parts of the state will see the worst of it. But it's a very shallow layer of some cold, dense air, so it wants to sink. And that means it's not really going to make it over the mountains. So in comparison, say Colorado Springs versus places like Vail, we're going to be much, much colder on Thursday versus some of those areas out into the high country. Now, I mentioned earlier in the newscast, dangerous wind chill values as well. And this is no joking matter, folks. It's going to be very, very cold, very dangerous to be outside from Wednesday night into Thursday. You can see this is the cold front right here. And by 10 o'clock, wind chill values already down to minus 28, minus 39 in Lyman by Wednesday night. Look what happens here by Thursday morning. Look at the widespread cold wind chill temperatures all the way down to minus 40 in Kit Carson, minus 25 La Junta, around minus 40 in Monument, minus 16 in the Springs. When wind chill temperatures are that cold, hypothermia can set in as little as 30 minutes, as can frostbite. So you want to limit your time outside. Make sure you are layered up, 2-3 layers minimum down below, 3 to 4 layers minimum up top, especially if you're outside for any amount of time. Dangerous wind chill values, dangerous temperatures expected through at least Friday morning before some improvement by the weekend. So again, just to recap some of those wind chill safety tips: limit time outside, hypothermia, frostbite, that can occur in minutes, and cover that exposed skin if you must go outside in these temperatures. And believe me when I say you want to limit your time and stay indoors at least from Wednesday night through about Friday morning. Now, on top of the cold, we've also got a little bit of snow we're projecting to move through the area. Biggest amount's probably going to be up across northern parts of the state, but I think just after maybe 10 o'clock, we get a little bit of light snow that drops south. That'll continue through Thursday morning. A little bit too soon to talk about snowfall totals, but I would say based on some early model estimates, looks like most of us around an inch, maybe inch and a half in some spots. Some areas could be a little under that. Lows tonight back down to the single digits. La Junta to Pueblo, 13 in the Springs, 14 in Monument. Tomorrow's highs pretty similar to what we saw this afternoon, and we stay in relatively comfortable territory Tuesday into Wednesday, all ahead of that next front. And look what it does by Thursday, a high of just 2 degrees, morning snow, dangerous temperatures and wind chill values, and very windy at times, especially in the morning hours, where the wind should taper off once that snow clears out. Probably best chances for snow occur before about 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. Below that night down to minus 12, the high on Friday only up to 20. For Pueblo, we go from the 40s down to a high of just 3 on Thursday and a low that night of minus 16. Fortunately, call it a Christmas miracle if you will, but by Sunday, temperature back up to around 50. Canyon City, it is a roller coaster ride. Buckle up, my friends. Midweek temperatures very, very cold for this time of the year, with a negative low down to minus 2 Thursday night. And for Woodland Park, we've got snow and cold arriving late on Wednesday, a frigid, cold, unsettled day Thursday with a high of 4 and a low that night of -8.